Well, in some years, I have seen some of the works of Quentin Tarantino. I've seen the Kill Bill films, and I've seen his earlier film, Reservoir Dogs, and one of his recent films, which was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But there's this one film he did that celebrated its 30th anniversary last year that I never took the time to watch until just now. And I'm finally going to get to review this for y'all, so you better brace yourselves. Here's my review of Quentin Tarantino's classic Pulp Fiction. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1994 independent crime flick Pulp Fiction, released by Miramax, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino from a story he conceived with Roger Avery. The film tells four intertwined tales of crime and violence in LA. It features a pretty big cast that includes John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, Tim Roth, Ving Rhames, and Uma Thurman, along with a host of others, as well as Mr. Tarantino himself. Now, the title refers to the pulp magazines and the hard-boiled crime novels popular during the mid-20th century, known for their graphic violence and punchy dialogue. The film made its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival on May 21st, 1994, and then on October 14th of 1994, it was released in theaters. The film eventually became a bit of a success and what have you. Yeah, it was a pretty big one when it came out. Now then, the narrative structure is told out of chronological order and follows three main interrelated stories that each have a different protagonist. Vincent Vega, a hitman, Butch Coolidge, a prize fighter, and Jules Winfield, Vincent's partner in crime. Now, the film begins with a diner robbery staged by a couple, then begins to shift from one storyline to another before returning to the diner for the conclusion. And there are seven narrative sequences. The three primary storylines are preceded by intertitles. Prologue, the diner, prelude to Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife, Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife, prelude to the Gold Watch, A, flashback, B, present. The Gold Watch, the body situation, and epilogue, the diner. If the seven sequences were ordered chronologically, they would run 4A, 2, 6, 1, 7, 3, 4B, and 5. Sequences 1 and 7 partially overlap and are presented from different points of view, as do sequences 2 and 6. So, let's start with the summary. A pair of thieves known as Pumpkin and Honey Bunny reminisce on their past robbery attempts as they eat breakfast in a diner. Pumpkin proposes they rob the diner at that moment because he believes the patrons and employees will be unprepared to stop them. Honey Bunny agrees. Two hitmen, Jules Winfield and Vincent Vega, arrive at an apartment to retrieve a briefcase for their boss, influential local gangster Marcellus Wallace, from a business partner Brett and his friends. On the way, Vincent mentions that he has been tasked by Marcellus to take his wife, Mia Wallace, to dinner and asks Jules questions about Mia. Well, after Vincent checks the contents of the briefcase, Jules shoots one of Brett's friends, and Jules rebukes Brett over his attempt to double cross Marcellus and recites what is portrayed as a passage from the book of Ezekiel before he and Vincent kill Brett. Alright, now then. In the first part, Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife, Jules and Vincent, give the briefcase to Marcellus, who bribes boxer Butch Coolidge to take a dive in his upcoming match. Vincent purchased heroin from his drug dealer Lance. He shoots up and drives to meet Mia, having agreed to escort her while Marcellus is out of town for the night. They eat at a 1950s themed restaurant and participate in a twist contest and return home. While Vincent is in the bathroom, Mia finds his heroin, mistakes it for cocaine, and snorts it, resulting in an overdose. Vincent rushes her to Lance's house, where Lance helps revive her by getting adrenaline for Vincent to inject into her heart. Vincent takes Mia home, and they agree never to tell Marcellus about the incident. In the Gold Watch, Butch double crosses Marcellus by winning the bout, but accidentally kills his opponent in the process. He plans to flee with his girlfriend, Fabian, but discovers she has forgotten to pack an heirloom, a gold watch which belonged to Butch's father. Returning to his apartment to retrieve it, he notices a gun on the kitchen counter and hears the toilet flush. When Vincent exits the bathroom, Butch realizes he is there to kill him, shoots him dead, and departs. When Marcellus spots Butch stopped at a traffic light, Butch rams his car into him. Marcellus chases him, into a pawn shop. Maynard, the shop owner, captures them at gunpoint and binds and gags them in the basement. Maynard and his accomplice Zed takes Marcellus into another room and begin to rape him. Butch breaks free and is about to escape, but decides to save Marcellus and arms himself with a katana from the pawn shop. He kills Maynard and frees Marcellus, who shoots Zed in the crotch with Maynard's shotgun. Marcellus tells Butch that they are even and instructs him to tell no one about the incident and depart Los Angeles forever. Butch picks up Fabian on Zed's chopper and they drive away. Now then, for the body situation in the apartment, after Jules and Vincent kill Brett, another man bursts out of the bathroom and fires at them. Every shot misses and they shoot him dead. Jules says that their survival was a miracle, which Vincent disputes, believing the man was just a lousy shot. While driving away with another one of Brett's friends, Marvin, who was actually a plant from Marcellus's organization. Vincent accidentally shoots him in the head when Jules drives over a bump in the road, covering Vincent, Jules, and the car interior in blood. They hide the car at the home of Jules' old friend and former business partner, Jimmy, who demands they deal with the problem before his wife Bonnie comes home. Marcellus sends a cleaner, Winston Wolfe, who directs Jules and Vincent to hide the body in the trunk, clean the car, dispose of their bloody clothes, and take the car to a junkyard. Now I'm going to go to the ending, which will be the film's prologue. So, if you want to hear what happens, you're more than welcome to. But if you haven't seen this movie yet, I advise you to stop this video at once. So stop this video immediately, go to the description box below, and fast forward to the time below as I count down now. If you've seen this movie already, please continue, and we'll continue with the prologue. Okay, you've been warned. At the diner from the film's prologue, I meant the epilogue is what I meant. I'm sorry. I get them mixed up. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. Jules tells Vincent that he plans to retire from his life of crime, convinced that their survival at the apartment was divine intervention. While Vincent is in the bathroom, Pumpkin and Honey Bunny hold up the restaurant and demand Marcellus' briefcase. Pumpkin intentionally holds Jules at gunpoint, but Jules soon overpowers Pumpkin and holds him at gunpoint. Honey Bunny becomes hysterical and points her gun at Jules. Vincent returns with his gun aimed at her, but Jules diffuses the situation. He recites the biblical passage, expresses ambivalence about his life of crime, and allows the robbers to take his cash and leave, and Jules and Vincent leave the diner with their briefcase. End of story. Okay, so what did I think of Pulp Fiction after watching it for the first time after all these years? I must say, this is really one twisted but incredible crime flick and what have you. Quentin Tarantino eventually does a good job with this film. Anyway, the film managed to become a big success for him, and of course, for Miramax. The film went on to make $213 million worldwide on its $8 to $8.5 million budget. And I gotta say, it proved to be a big one. Anyway, now Rotten Tomatoes has this certified fresh at 92%, saying injecting its compendium of crime tales with the patois, if I mispronounce that word, I apologize, of everyday conversation. The film is a cinematic shot of adrenaline that cements writer-director Quentin Tarantino as an audacious purveyor of killer kino. Metacritic has a good score of 95, while unfortunately Audience's poll by Cinema Score gave us a B+. Lots of reviewers were very favorable. Roger Ebert called it a comedy about blood, guts, violence, strange sex, drugs, fixed fights, dead body disposal, letter freaks, and a wristwatch that makes a dark journey down through the generations. The screenplay by Tarantino and Roger Avery, so well written in a scruffy fanzine way that you want to rub noses in it. The noses of those zombie writers who take screenwriting classes that teach them the formulas for hit films. Yes, Time magazine says it towers over the years other movies as majestically and menacingly as a gang lord at a preschool. It dares Hollywood films to be this smart about going this far. If good directors accept Tarantino's implicit challenge, the movie theater could again be a great place to live in. And again, there's lots of other good reviews and what have you. This was named Best Picture by the National Society of Film Critics, National Board Review, LA Film Critics Association, Boston Society of Film Critics, plus a lot of others and what have you. Tarantino was named Best Director by these organizations, as well as by the New York Film Critics Circle and Chicago Film Critics Association. It won several prizes, with various awarding bodies ascribing credit differently. Tarantino, named as sole recipient of the Best Screenplay honor at the Golden Globes, failed to mention Avery in his acceptance speech. In February of the following year, the film received 7 Oscar nominations for Best Picture, Director, Actor for John Travolta, Supporting Actor for Samuel L. Jackson, Supporting Actress for Uma Thurman, Original Screenplay, and Film Editing. Well, Travolta, Jackson, and Thurman were each nominated as well for the first Screen Actors Guild Awards. Unfortunately, none took home the honor. Still, at the Academy Awards ceremony the following month, Tarantino and Avery were announced as joint winners of the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Anyway, yes. I am going to say this is really a good film. I just feel bad that I never took the time to watch this film. But now, of course, after seeing it, it's good and what have you. Its score and music, well, it doesn't have no score to it, so I apologize. Didn't see that. It has a good soundtrack, though. Really good music to hear. Okay, yes. So, anyway, no film score was composed for this. So, Tarantino instead used an eclectic assortment of surf music, rock and roll, soul, and pop songs. But that's pretty good and what have you. And I really will say that was very, very cool. I gotta give him credit for that. I think the story can, well, this film can go a little bit with twists and turns and what have you, but nevertheless, I found Pulp Fiction to be not bad. Now, for the cast, though, I must say, John Travolta plays Vincent Vega, and I think he was really good. Well, apparently Tarantino casted him in this because Michael Madsen, who had played Vic Vega in Reservoir Dogs chose to appear in Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp instead. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson plays Jules Winfield. Not too bad of a performance. Now, Tarantino actually wrote the role for Lawrence Fishburne, but he turned it down. According to him, he said Fishburne refused it because his team did not see it as a starring role. He later said he turned it down because he felt the film glamorized heroin. That's understandable. Uma Thurman plays Mia Wallace. I'd say she's pretty good and what have you, although the studio favored Holly Hunter or Meg Ryan for the role. But anyway, Alfred Woodard and Meg Tilly were also considered, but Tarantino wanted Thurman after their first meeting. But anyway, she's pretty good in her performance. Harvey Keitel plays Winston Wolfe. I must say, after he recently appeared in Reservoir Dogs, he does a pretty good job as in his performance and what have you. He had recently played a similar employed character in Point of No Return a year prior. Tim Roth plays Pumpkin, whose real name's Ringo. I'm going to say he was really good. Amanda Plummer played Honey Bunny, whose real name's Yolanda. She's pretty good and what have you. There's me. There's Maria de Medeiros played Fabienne. Not bad. Ving Rhames, who would later go on, which this would make him a big star before he went on to appear in Mission Impossible and then Con Air and Out of Sight. Of course, he would go on to appear in the Mission Impossible franchise. Let's see. Eric Stoltz played Lance. Not too bad. Rosanna Arquette's in this. So is Christopher Walken. And Bruce Willis plays Butch. I've got to say, he was good in this as well. So you got to admit that Pulp Fiction has a pretty good all-star cast and what have you. So I figured this film, after not seeing this since it came out, I gotta say, Pulp Fiction was not too bad. Sure, it does have lots of language in it, but it really didn't bother me much. Something kind of made me laugh for no reason, but I couldn't help it. Not that I was trying to be rude to any, if it's cause a little bit of controversy or to some things or something like that. But, well, I think you get what I'm saying. So, overall, Pulp Fiction was superb and awesome. So with everything said, the story is really good, despite it has twists and turns and what have you, going from one thing to another, but it's fine and what have you. The music choices were pretty good, despite no score, but it does have a pretty good all-star cast, and their characters are good. Quentin Tarantino's direction is really good as well. So with everything said, would I recommend Pulp Fiction? The answer is easily hell yeah, go for it. This film is very good, and I think you need to watch it. I think this would be a film I might go back to revisit one day. You never can tell. So what did you think of Pulp Fiction? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel. Get them to know me. May they like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you'd like. And continue to keep supporting. And I last checked, I'm just about 19 subscribers away from 900 subscribers. So keep it up, everyone. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of the original version of The Amateur in order to promote its remake. So if you like this, check out some of these other kick-ass films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Scarface with Al Pacino from 1983. Or check out my review of The Godfather from 1972. Or if you'd like, check out my review of the film that put Quentin Tarantino on the map in Reservoir Dogs in the bottom left-hand corner. In the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.